Of the people, 90.3 FM, we sincerely apologize. I know a lot of you, I have been seeing all your messages on WhatsApp wanting us to kickstart the show. You're trying to check up on us and know what exactly is going on. You know we have you here, right? You know we love you. We care about you. This is your radio station. This is the station that resonates with you, that speaks your voice, that actually speaks on your behalf. And basically, something's happened that we do not expect, but we actually implore that you continue to remain patient with us. We sincerely do apologize, our family, for what happened. But trust me, corrective measures are ongoing right about now. I am very certain that some areas may not really get clear signals, but just be patient with us while they're working. The technical issue was serious, and I'm sure you witnessed the kind of rain that fell today, but you know we have good engineers and they're working to ensure that we have a smooth transition and a smooth transmission. Today we're going to just do something very short because time is fast spent. So we're going to go straight and dive into the conversation. So I'm sure a lot of us witnessed what happened today in the morning before the heavy rain started. If you are, on the road, if you actually apply commercial vehicles, you'd have seen that there were few buses on the road and more passengers on the road. And you'd have also witnessed the fact that there's a skyrocketing in prices of transportation to different locations, from one location to another. And that's because of the disputes between Nupeng and Dangote. So this is what happened. Apparently, there's a situation with Dangote truck drivers and Nupeng. For example, Dangote doesn't want the truck drivers to be part of Nupeng, and Nupeng is saying, how can you say these people should no longer be part of the union? It is not like that. They called it slavery, and we're not going to allow it. So they down tools. This thing started since last week, Thursday, Friday, thereabout, and we thought that they would have been able to resolve the imbroglio this weekend. Unfortunately, they down tools today. They said they were not going to distribute products, and you know how hard things are. So because of that, the federal government, along with Nupeng, they've kick-started a meeting over the Dangote refinery dispute, and they began the meeting with the leadership of the National Union of National and Petroleum Gas Workers, that's Nupeng. Now, the meeting, which was earlier scheduled for 10 a.m., started around 5:30 p.m. due to the delay in the arrivals of Nupeng officials. The meeting, currently ongoing at the conference room of the Ministry of Labour, Employment and Productivity, is aimed at stopping the nationwide industrial action before it inflicts significant damage on the fragile kind of income that you get every month. You calculate your transport fare. Imagine it skyrocketing like that for you to go to work and return. What is now left for you to feed? What is now left for you to do any other personal items you need to get for yourself and your family? So it's a dire situation, and I hope this is resolved as soon as possible. So Nupeng had accused Dangote and Association of pursuing crude and dangerous anti-union practices, a monopolistic agenda, and indecent industrial relations strategy, alleging the refinery pays some of the lowest wages in the sector and bars drivers for imported CNG trucks from joining industry unions. The union says those recruitment conditions violate Section 40 of the Constitution, the Labour Act, and International Labour Organization Conventions on Freedom of Association. Meanwhile, the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, Pengasin, has thrown its weight behind the Nigeria Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers in the push for unionization of tanker drivers and other employees at the Dangote refinery. Let's hope that this meeting, currently ongoing, is resolved as soon as possible. Nigerians cannot bear this. We can't actually go through this at all. This is not the time for that. Now, something funny actually transpired earlier on today. I think precisely this afternoon. The Speaker, Abbas, has raised alarm as Nigeria's debt hits 149 trillion naira. I am surprised that he's calling that out. So apparently, Tajuddin Abbas raised the alarm over Nigeria's rising debt profile, warning that it has surpassed statutory ceiling and now poses a serious threat to fiscal sustainability. This was a statement he made today at the opening of the 11th annual Conference and General Assembly of the West Africa Association of Public Accounts Committees at the National Assembly, Abuja. Abbas said Nigeria's debt had reached a critical point. He says as at the first quarter of 2025, Nigeria's total public debt stood at 149.39 trillion naira. about 97 billion US dollars. This represents a sharp rise from 121.7 trillion naira the previous year, underscoring how quickly the burden has grown. And even more concerning is the debt to GDP ratio, which now stands at roughly 52%, well above the 40% statutory ceiling set by our laws. He described the breach as a signal of strain on fiscal sustainability, stressing the need for stronger oversight, transparent borrowing practices, and a collective resolve to ensure every naira borrowed delivers tangible economic and social returns. Okay, so it's interesting that the speaker is actually saying this, because I think as of this month, just last week or 2 weeks ago, the president told us that our economy is blossoming. We're no longer borrowing. In the same vein, just on Friday, the president was to collect another tranche of dollars from the United States based on, economic recovery plan, education, and a couple of other palliative measures. And we're surprised because the president just rebuffed Trump by saying we don't need to borrow you. We've made more money from, non-oil exports, so we don't necessarily have to rely on you. And then in the same breath, you're borrowing. And now they're telling us that our borrowing has, Nigeria's debt profile has reached the ceiling, and it is alarming. And I'm like, you guys are in the same party. What do you mean by this statement that you're actually giving? Okay, so interesting, isn't it? Fine. Let's move on to Omoyele Sowore. Basically, he is saying that he's not going to retract the statement where he called President Bola Ahmed Tinubu a criminal. Human rights activist and former presidential candidate Omoyele Sowore has declared that he will not withdraw the statement in which he described President Bola Tinubu as a criminal, despite pressure from the Department of State Services. Sowore had reacted to the remark made by President Tinubu during his visit to Brazil, where the president claimed that corruption no longer existed in Nigeria's currency market. And in response, Sowore went to his X account to berate the president. He wrote, "This criminal at official bat actually went to Brazil to state that there is no more corruption under his regime in Nigeria. What audacity to lie shamelessly." In reaction, the DSS petitioned the social media platform X and Facebook to request the deactivation of Showore's accounts. The government agency later issued him a 1-week ultimatum to delete and retract his statement or face consequences. And in a fresh response, Showore insisted he will not back down. He says, "Even if you give me till the end of Tinubu's tenure in 2027, I will not retract my statement." Sowore contested for the presidency under the African Action Congress in 2019 and 2023. I'm surprised that the DSS is actually writing to Omoyele Sowore. You know why? Because just this weekend in Katsina, in Borno, in Edo State, 8 NSCDC officials were murdered. Their bodies packed in the back of a truck. That's one. In Borno or Katsina, yes, they murdered 63 residents, injured certain persons. What am I even saying 63? I heard it's up to 100 now. We had series of such attacks over the weekend. The DSS did not react or respond to that. Our security agencies did not speak on that, but they're rather speaking on Omoyele Showore's post. And the DSS said that it was destabilizing and causing chaos, specifically from the complaints of the president's supporters. And I'm like, what is going on? I couldn't believe this. I literally couldn't believe this. What the DSS chose to respond to. And it tells you that they monitor all the things that are done on social media. They hear how people call out people, call for. Do you know that if you go on X account, just because of politics, people are asking for what transpired in 1967 to reoccur again, just because a certain person from a geographical location decided to campaign in 2023 because he had the audacity to aspire. The DSS sees all this talk, sees all these conversations of literal things that could cause genocide, the disunity in the country, even government officials being part of it, and the DSS did not utter a word. I'm not saying that Omoyele Sowore did right by insulting the president. Whether you like it or not, he's the president. But look at what you chose to respond to. That is a priority for you? With all that transpired during the weekend? Okay, well, let's see how that one goes. Meanwhile, very interesting as well, President, what's his name? Deji Adeyanju said that he will help Tinubu to secure a second term. He said that he responded to Mr. Sam Amadi. He said it is his decision to vote for President Tinubu if the opposition, that is the African Democratic Congress, fields former governor of Anambra State, Mr. Peter Obi, in 2027. He said he will ensure that if the ADC decides to field the ticket to Peter Obi, he would work against Peter Obi and ensure that Tinubu wins the 2027 election. So I think Mr. Deji Adeyanju has actually told us precisely where he stands, which is not bad. There's nothing wrong in deciding to tell us where you belong to. It is just the method with which you want to tell everyone where you belong to or whom you're supporting, and how you had to castigate another person to disclose or actually let us know what you're supporting. However, let's listen to this, and I will now play the response to I had a conversation with the Lagos State APC spokesperson, Mr. Mogaji Olaseye Oladejo. We spoke earlier today in response to what Rhodes Vival said concerning the attack he went through on Friday. So let's take a listen to Rhodes Vival, and then you now get the response of Mr. Olaseye.
A situation where the Nigerian police and thugs of the APC showed themselves to work hand in hand to disrupt and to create a one-party state.
You knew them to be thugs of the APC?
100%. And I'll tell you why. As that our event was supposed to hold on Saturday, we had paid for a field, right, a space in Alimosho. We had announced it. We had gotten permission from the police command in that area. Then on Thursday, we got reports that the Commissioner of Police says our event cannot hold. Thursday night, all the LCDA chairmen, in the APC chairman, in the company of over 80 policemen, a Black Maria, and several Hilux vehicles, we have videos there online, went and occupied that field, right? Said that our event cannot happen. I should go and talk to the Commissioner of Police. That he said I should come and see him. I go to the Commissioner of Police. I call, he does not pick. I text, he does not respond. I wait there for 2 hours, and then I left, understanding that it was a decoy to get me off that field, right? Now, on the Saturday, APC holds a rally on a field I paid for without any written explanation from the Commissioner of Police why I cannot have my event there. While APC held its own rally on that field, we have videos. This is not hearsay. There are videos, they are online.
Which field was this?
Lion Field in Alimosho. APC held its event there. They cordoned off all the roads, and the police protected the APC.
You paid to the local
I
government.
paid to the people in charge, the CDA in charge of it, right? Okay. We accepted that. We made alternative plans. 4 alternative plans.
Okay.
Wow.
We had a hall where we're going to do our formation, which we did successfully. And we had a field that our people were supposed to go to for our meeting, right? That was kept secret because we suspected this kind of thing were to happen, because there's no reason why the local government chairman in the company of so many policemen will go and harass the CDA that why should they rent out a field to us, that this event cannot happen here. Now, our people have successfully started going to the other field, right? The DPO of that area came and saw them, went in, asked questions, came out, made calls, and shortly after, a whole team of police came there, opened the gate, stood back, and then let the thugs in. Again, we have videos of all of this. So you see a situation where the police yesterday superintended attack of property, violence. My own sister was rushed to the hospital. My blood sister, the director of RV Foundation that was there to do our healthcare outreach, was rushed to the hospital and was stitched on her head.
Wow.
My aide had a concussion. He's bleeding from his ears.
Wow.
Right? The police were there and superintended the destruction of all these buses. In Nigeria, as hard as it is today, think about how much it's going to cost to repair all these buses.
I can see things that look like bullet holes. Were they shooting?
There was shooting in the venue. The police shot. But I cannot say that. I think those were stones that destroyed those buses. Those were stones.
Yeah.
But you see the level of destruction. Police supposed to protect rented buses. These were police supposed to protect lives and property.
Yeah.
Now, I'm telling you that this was happening While in Lionfield they had paid for, the APC was having a field day, no thugs, no weapon, nothing like this.
So did you challenge the leaders of that organization in that field? For AP, what the leaders of the people that were having...
All right, so you just listened to Gbadebo Road's Vival there, so, and in reaction, because I had to ask questions, let it not be that when we hear reports like this, you don't listen from the other side. So I called the APC spokesperson for Lagos State to tell us precisely what happened. Could it be that somebody just speculated, or he's overreacting? Because the opposition always says that any problem they have within their party, everything is usually caused by the ruling party. So in order for us to get better context as to what we're dealing with and how well the APC is aware of what happened, I decided to speak with Mr. Mogajishe Oladejo. He is the official spokesperson for the APC in Lagos State. So let's take a brief listen to that interview. He's very busy, so I had to do a recorded aspect of our conversation.
To you guys concerning what happened last week Friday with the Gbadebo Road's Vival, who wanted to defect to the ADC, said that the APC sent thugs to steal where he was going to have his meeting, and that the thugs beat up the supporters that were there. They created conflict and caused disarray in the second venue. In fact, he did a public statement, addressed the press that the police were there and could not stop the thugs. He also alluded that the APC as a political party is running on divisive and nepotistic, tribalistic politics and is clamping down on criticism or dissent. How do you react to this, sir?
Well, okay, now, it's strange to me, but if this entire process speaks to about maintaining peace and order in Lagos State, you agree with me that APC, as ruling party, remains the biggest stakeholder to ensure that we have a peaceful state so that we can continue successful governance of the state since 1999, when we started this democratic dispensation. Our party has never been known to indulge in violent conduct or encourage violence in any form. We don't really pay that much of our attention to so-called opposition party. More or less, an opposition party that is still basically struggling for recognition, has no track record of any success, and there is nothing indicating that they will even succeed in the coming polls. So I think I will advise Rose Bible to look inwards about the multiple crises and conflicts within their party, which could best be responsible for the kind of hiccups and problems that they are having about the first task. And they should also learn to play opposition. Opposition is not played by ascribing every trouble. If the weather is inclement, you ascribe to the ruling party and not suffer anything. So we, in totality, deny any involvement in whatever scuffle took place at their so-called declaration rally. It's not our business. We don't want to be a part of it. And let me just assure you that the opposition is just trying to hold on to straws and trying to give an alibi, an excuse for the imminent defeat come 2027.
Okay. I sincerely do apologize for that. A call interrupted the conversation. Okay, so I'm going to continue playing the conversation I had with him while I put my phone now on silence. Kindly bear with us.
It's as simple as that.
All right, Mr. Shai, are you saying that no one was aware of what happened, or you wanted to maintain the APC as
I'm not a party. I'm not a member of the opposition party. So ordinarily, you will not expect me at their events.
Okay.
I also saw it in the news like any other person. I don't speak for the security agencies.
Okay.
I don't speak for the police or the DSS. So whatever has to do with maintenance of law and order at those venues, I think the police will be in a very good position to put their views across. And I think they also issued a number of statements in that regard over the weekend.
All right, so another pending question which is on the minds of everyone is the kind of politics being run in Lagos State seems hostile. Being run in Lagos State by the APC is hostile in the terms of they do not want any form of competition with any opposition party. And there are talks that in 2027, they may not allow other political party aspirants or even supporters, vote or come to the polls with the recent trend of stopping people who are not APC supporters or APC members from carrying on with any campaign activities in Lagos, like what was experienced during the...
Talk is cheap. There's nothing indicating... Since 1999, we always had opposition parties in Lagos.
Yeah.
I mean, even though they have not really had so much of a success at the polls, but we know that it is a part and parcel of democracy that there should be dissenting voices, which we are not adverse to. There should also be checks and balances, to put the ruling party on its toes. So it's welcome. So we're not in a position, by the virtue of the guarantee of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, to say no to opposition parties in the state. They are welcome, but we all need to play by the rules.
And what are the rules, sir? What are the rules?
The rules are as simple as that. Mutual respect. You need to also respect the other party, just like it's done in sports, and you also ensure that whatever you're asking for, you're ready to give. You want peace. You also ensure that you also play by the rules and ensure that your conduct is also peaceful. It's as simple as that.
Yes, sir, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. They wrote to the state government. They sought permission. The meeting was not hostile. It was quiet and all. Now that's a complaint. So, in what way are the opposition parties?
So how about what I told you, that they should look inwards? He as much as said that they have factions in their party. Do you know what factions mean in the political party? They resort on their own tactics to outdo each other, and so they should look inwards for whatever problems they have in their party. APC will refuse any day to be a part of it.
All right, sir. On the national level, on the national scale of things, I know you speak for the APC as a political party, but let's say, especially for Lagos State, but on the national level, on the case of insecurity, how is the party reacting to this, being the party that is in power?
To the best of my knowledge, the security situation in the country has improved since the president took over. Recently, the National Security Advisor, I believe you are the one to ask the question, time to answer, right?
Okay.
Recently, the National Security Advisor gave a scorecard, which I dare say was quite impressive. Do we see our skirmishes of security challenges here and there? Yes. We don't have a perfect situation yet, but can only get better as government continues to invest, to inspire, to motivate our security forces, and as the locals also continue to play their role, the situation will continue to improve. Definitely, it is much better than it was 2 years ago when Mr. President came on board, and there's every indication that it's continuing to improve.
In Kwara State, recently, some armed herdsmen killed some farmers. That's not the only thing that happened. In Katsina, in Borno, in Edo State, all of this happened in the past.
I just as much as admitted that we see our skirmishes. I never told you it's Eldorado yet. I never told you we have 100% perfect situation. All those issues are being addressed, and they will be addressed as time goes on. And insecurity, bad economy, all these issues are not peculiar to Nigeria. It's world over. But we are addressing our part of it. Our government is not lukewarm, we're not indifferent, because the government that cares for the people, and the number one duty of a serious government is security of lives and property, and that's very much in our front burner.
All right. What about the economy generally? Do you think there's an improvement in the economy?
You would not deny the gains, recent gains. Just this morning I issued a statement on the Chinese business in accepting Naira for some sum of business transactions with Nigeria. You cannot dismiss the implication of that for ease of doing business, implication of that for the power of the Naira, for strengthening our currency, for respect for Nigeria as a sovereign country, and other areas too. Is it perfect? No, it's not perfect. But those policies, those sacrifices, I can assure you, will not go for nothing. And that more the president has reassured us. The removal of the subsidies has meant that there are now, there's more money now in the hands of the state governors to put in place infrastructures and have impactful projects here and there. And imagine the multiplier effect of each state of the federation being one huge construction site. It has implication for the suppliers, for the artisans, for the other menial jobbers and the rest of it. So it can only get better. The economy will improve. That much I can assure you. And it's nothing for the opposition to gloat about. By the way, if I may remind you, all the contending parties during the last elections assured that they were going to remove the subsidies, and that was exactly what Mr. President did.
Exactly.
And
there was no cautionary
and the gains and the gains will be felt
of removing fuel subsidy totally. There was no cautionary effect. That's the problem here. So it did hard on the ordinary Nigerian.
That is not correct. That is not correct. When you take hard decisions in government, which any government would do, because we need to sacrifice now to have a better future for us and the generation unborn, and that has to be done. Government is all about taking decisions that will be impactful, and at times they might not necessarily go with popular emotion.
All right, Mr. Shoye, here is the thing. What the IMF or what the economists are saying, basically what is on paper, looks good, looks nice. But in reality,
I'm sure you didn't miss the commendation of the likes of Okonjo-Iweala, a respected economist,
yes, sir,
and Governor Soludo, and their opinion, their highly regarded and informed opinion about Nigerian economy and the direction.
Sir,
that cannot be dismissed with the
what
law
I'm
of the
saying
hand.
is that the average Nigerian is barely hanging on. There's a disparity with what is being said or what is on paper and the reality on ground. A major disparity. Cost of living has increased, transportation on the rise, food is expensive as well. And these are the things that people need to survive. These are the elements that makes a population thrive. Okay? So when these things are not improving, how does anyone believe what is being
all those changes will not happen overnight. They will happen gradually, and the impact will be felt.
All right, Mr. Shoye Ladijo, thank you so much for taking your time.
God bless you. Enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, yeah, I needed to play all that because, again, it's quite important that we have things, in context. It's very, very necessary. You don't just listen to one side, you listen to the other side. Badabo Roads Vivo is insisting that the police in connivance with the APC did what they did when he wanted to announce his, meeting, like that is his defection to the ADC, and the two venues, they follow them there until the third one. So it was quite ridiculous, and that was why that response was needed from the APC spokesperson. Meanwhile, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration has announced the sack of Fego John Umunubu as an aide to the president, serving in the office of Vice President Kashim Shettima. These caused rancor within the administration of the president and as well with the vice president. Now, this was made known in a statement released today by the Director of Information and Public Relations, State House, Abiodun Oladunjoye. Umunubo had served as a special assistant to the President on Digital and Creative Economy, Office of the Vice President. The presidency also warned that anyone who interfaces with him in the name of President Tinubu's administration does so at their own risk. Now, Umunubo eventually said at last he is free. That is his response. Fego John Umunubo has reacted following his dismissal as Special Assistant on Digital and Creative Economy to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the office of the Vice President. Umunubo's disengagement was approved today and was with immediate effect according to a statement issued. Alright, now, although no official reason was given for the decision, the presidency warned stakeholders, including the general public. The announcement came just days after Umunubo had publicly pledged loyalty to Vice President Kashim Shettima and Tinubu's government, urging Nigerians to rally behind the renewed hope agenda. So Umunubo took to Instagram, sharing a screenshot of the official release and writing, "It has been my honor to serve this country and the creative industry. Now I am free to fly." And a lot of Nigerians were like, were you not flying before? What does that actually mean? Are you saying you're not happy with the current situation on ground? What are you proposing? What is mysteriously happening? Meanwhile, Atiku's aide has called on INEC's chairman, Yakubu Mahmoud, to release the authentic comprehensive reports of the authentic comprehensive results of the 2023 election. They say that the 2023 comprehensive result is not out there. supposedly being held by INEC for reasons best known to them, that Nigerians deserve to know the true result of 2023 presidential election. A couple of persons are saying, what use would that be if the real results of the 2023 election was released? So were there 2 or 3 results that was released by INEC in 2023? We're going to find all of this out and get our reactions from Barrister Darlington after this very short break. Please do kindly stay with us.
Changeover. Quota fuse and distribution board made of 100% heavy duty copper. Oh, come, I get that. See, I'm here. No, now I'm looking for Slatter Star J quota fuse and distribution board, Nipo quota fuse, Star J solar battery, inverter, MPPT controller, and solar panel. But Oga, don't worry. I know where to get them. Whether na Star J changeover quota fuse, Slatter distribution board, Nipo quota fuse, Star J solar battery, inverter, MPPT controller, and solar panel, Star J ceiling fan, sockets, all earthen materials. Make you no go do cover-wise pan foolish. Slatter Star J Indian products, now number 1 since 1961. Made of 100% heavy-duty solid copper with no compromise. Available in all leading electrical shops nationwide. Slatter Star J, na you Biko.
Thank you for staying with us. This is the Evening Rush right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Unfortunately, Kwara APC chairman's wife and daughter have been kidnapped by supposed unknown gunmen. And it is so sad, actually. A couple of people feel that maybe the political party in charge can see how close to home insecurity has gotten to. A 5-man gang of gunmen suspected to be kidnappers abducted the wife and daughter of Alhaji Muhammad Swasun, the chairman of the All Progressives Congress in Patigi local government area, Kwara State. The victims of the incident, which happened at Sakwefu area of the local government, were actually identified as Hajia Fatima, the party chairman's wife, and Amina, his daughter. So apparently VOP News gathered that the attack occurred on Sunday night when the assailants jumped over the fence into the chairman's compound, shooting sporadically to instill fear amongst the residents. And they reportedly broke into one of the rooms where they found the wife and daughter, whisked them away at gunpoint. Yeah, that's the case at the moment, while security is trying to rally around and see how they can get them back. Barrister Darlington, good evening. How are you?
Esther, good evening.
Good evening. Welcome.
Yes, how are you? How was the weekend?
Well, here we are. Quite a lot to unpack,
yeah.
in a very short time.
Exactly.
So let's start off with Omoyele Showore, and then we'll proceed with what happened with Gbadebo Road Survival and the response of the APC spokesperson reaction to what happened. Yeah. Then we'll proceed to what Atiku's aide is telling Mahmoud Yakubu to do, and if it's possible for that to be done, and what essence will that be at this point in time. Then Abbas telling us that borrowing has hit the ceiling is actually quite surprising, because it's in contrast with what the president just told us now. What do you have to say about all of this?
Yeah, Esther, first I had to warmly apologize to our listeners and viewers. It's part of the job. The thing is that we have a covenant with you, and we must make sure we fulfill that covenant by making sure that we reach you in spite of all odds. It's part of our own sacrifice in national development. So bear with us. It's not within our power. If not, we would have been here earlier than now. But thank God we are here. So Esther, based on what I've just said now, please, I want to ask you, If DSS want to pick Showore, do they need to be writing letter and wasting our time? Esther, can you just imagine? Each time I tell you that there is something these people are not telling, they are distracting our attention. Other people that DSS have gone to pick in their homes and other, did they write them, giving them time to come and see them? If there is any infraction committed by Showore, let them take him to court, as they have always done. How many court cases now is on Showore's head?
So do the court actually? Do they take people to court? They normally arrest the person. I'm surprised
let us even assume that there is wrong done here. They're supposed to take him to court. That is the only thing now.
So let us assume that there is wrong done here.
Then why are they not inviting him?
No, you said let us assume there is wrong done here.
But there is a reason for what they are doing. They have already told X to delete whatever posts Showore sent to them.
They should deactivate his account. That he's not supposed to call the president a criminal.
But Elon Musk is telling you that it is on this that narratives are set. That means they didn't see what Showore said as offensive.
Showore said they sent him a message.
That's what I'm telling you now. That is, if they saw that thing as an offensive message, they would have done it without even DSS telling them. When Buhari sent his own, did he take all this game for them to do the needful? They shut down Buhari's account. Is that not true? So they don't need to tell those people what to do, what is right and what. Esther, did you listen to what America told Donald Trump? Please, did you listen? And when DSS can go and bring all those things out, you mean America said they don't know anything, Abi? Donald Trump doesn't know anything. It is you in Nigeria. Besides, this is the distraction. I don't want Nigerians to take this in serious.
Are you serious?
I am not
Barrister,
joking.
can you stay here and call the president a criminal? The DSS will not come and carry you away in the middle of the night.
No.
They will not even see your body.
I am talking of the drama. The drama of telling Showore, we give you 1 week to come and see us. You give one to remove your post. What kind of thing is that? Hold on. They don't know where Showore is. Or they don't know where to get him. Or I don't understand. These are distractions. Did they give any other Nigerian this privilege before they pick them?
I lie.
Lie. You can see what I'm talking about. You can see.
The lady that called out the president and his son, she's still in Kirikiri. She's still in custody up till now.
I remember when one young man was telling Buhari's wife that the food that meant for the poor you have eaten, that's why you are too fat. What happened? They sought him out and brought him to Aisha to do a punching bag with that boy. Is that not what happened in Nigeria? But in Showore, they had to beg him, tell him, give him time and all that. And you are telling me that this DSS, they know what they are doing. Just like you mentioned, look at all this security around us. They did not even see those things as a problem. Besides Esther, Tinubu is not in Nigeria. So on whose behalf are they acting?
They said the supporters of the president are not happy.
When somebody threatened Tinubu was here, was DSS not in Nigeria at that time, Esther? What happened to that Sheikh Tenshi? What happened to that man up to today? Did you hear that he was invited or even reprimanded? They should stop this drama they are doing with Showore. We are tired of it. They should stop this drama. I ask you again, how many court cases are on Showore's head that would have not seen the end up to today? How many court cases? Every time they will go and be harassing him, distracting our attention and all that. They should look for what to do. If they don't know, they should come. Let us tell them what to do. Insecurity is ravaging Nigeria. Let us start picking those things, Esther. That is the distraction. Or what happened to Roosevelt? Esther, let me tell you. You know, each time I raise this issue here, some gullible, ignorant psychopaths will not even look at the message. Esther, I'm telling you that gangsters have taken over Lagos. Just take it, it's simplicity. Gangsters have taken over Lagos. Forget about all this smart city, center of excellence. Forget it. Esther, behind this facade, gangsters in the name of Agbero have now become an alternative government in Lagos State. I'm not joking, because you cannot tell me that a state governed by leaders, that this type of thing will be going on over the years. This is not the first time, Esther.
But the SPC spokesperson said he was not aware that they should look inwards. It could be within the agency.
Let me tell
that
you,
there are factions in the
Esther,
agency.
leave that thing. Let me tell you, it is the responsibility of a government to check insecurity within their food. How many of those people were arrested and they confirmed that, yeah, they are ADC members?
No, Baltimore Revival said that the DSP was the security at the gate while the thugs were let into the venue to do what they did.
That was what he said, Abi?
Yeah, he said it on national
How
television.
many people were now arrested? If they are members of the other party, how were they trailing Revival and his own people? Is it possible? Why haven't they come and issue a statement and say, yes, we are the one that did it, or we are ADC members?
According to Revival, the second venue, when they got there, that the DCP, the police in charge of that area, called some people.
Yes,
and that was how those guys now came in.
So that means you have an alternative government in Lagos State, and these are these thugs and agberos. You can see Esther. Esther, you can see. When we tell you that this place has become a gangster paradise, these are our reasons. In a Senate climb, how could these boys be doing what they are doing and the state government will not rein them in? You can see how they are winning election through Togre, through Brigande, through Agbero. You can see it.
Some people will say that Baltimore Revival is not the son of the soil.
Oh, really? Esther, that is their lie. Let all of them come and bring out their genealogy. Let them bring out their family tree. Revival is that, in fact, he's the most indigenous of all of them.
They said he's not a pure blood.
I said Revival is an indigenous. He's the real core Yoruba man. I mean Yoruba, when you talk of indigene, the housing the local government, that roundhouse at Lagos Island, where you have a city center. That land belonged to Revival's great-grandfather. That land belonged to Revival's great-grandfather. Esther, tell any of these people doing this, tell them to trace their family history and their family tree. It's either they are from Ogun State, or Oyo State, or Osun, or Ekiti, or Ondo. None of them can trace the history of their grandfather to Lagos State. Yet, they have taken over here, dictating for the real sons of Lagos State what to do and what not to do. And the real sons of Lagos State are there watching. Esther, have you seen what I'm telling you? How can you, if you truly belong to Lagos, you're son of, how can you be threatening your own brother in this manner, calling him Omale? In what form or shape?
Yeah, they said that he was not meant to align with Peter Obi. He was not meant to be with the Labour Party. And that he is not a pure Yoruba.
I said, what nonsense is that? What kind of nonsense story is that? The last time I checked, this thing is not in our constitution. So why are you pushing it? What kind of, you are not a true Yoruba, that your father married an Igbo woman? How many of Yoruba men married Igbo woman in Nigeria? Go and check all of them. Davido married an Igbo lady. So it's not a...
House of Rep members, go and check their wives. Currently sitting in Lagos.
Exactly, Esther. You see, because all of us have kept quiet, it's a very big shame, Esther. You can see what quietness has done to Lagosians.
What do you mean by quietness?
Yeah, they kept quiet for too long.
What do you want them to do?
When this thing was going on in Lagos State, Esther.
When what was going on, sir?
When this type of evil seed was sown in Lagos State, the people of Lagos kept quiet. Look at it now. It is going to consume everybody. So when you now come out to do anything in Lagos State, they start the real person, they're supposed to trace his family history. Nobody is doing that, Esther. Nobody. So this is how Nigeria is going to develop, Abi. Oh my God. How are the mighty falling? My people truly perish for lack of knowledge. Esther, look at Revival, well educated, with a family, a very strong family background. Look at what they are doing to him. Look at Lagos. Esther, look at Lagos. And the elders of Lagos are there watching. Nobody is talking, Esther. Nobody is asking, where did these talks to come from? They cannot be true Lagosian. Because the last time I checked, Lagos have a lot of respect for their elders. These children, these Agberos, they are not from Lagos. They can't be. They imported them here. Yeah, they imported them. They can't.
Were you there?
I said they imported them. Just because they speak Yoruba does not make them Yorubas. I'm not joking. Yes, they imported them. That's why they are doing all these things.
They imported them?
They imported them, Esther.
From where now, Barrister?
From neighboring states in Lagos. They are not Lagosians.
Are you sure?
They are not. If they are, they can't be behaving like this. Insulting and killing their own brother because of election. How does that pan out? Tell me, Esther, how? You are a Lagosian. A Lagosian is due to, and you are attacking him. On what ground, Esther? Just explain it to me. If it is Fulani Express, okay, they are from another tribe and region and all that. This is your own brother. Somebody you know his family tree. Tell me, Roosevelt does not have any other state, any other community apart from this Lagos state. And that makes him a true indigenous of Lagos state. Roosevelt.
Well, since he's not in APC, since he's not in the ruling party, he may not be recognized.
What does that tell you?
Maybe when he joins the APC, he'll be a pure blood.
Hold on, Esther, please be very careful. No, seriously.
What?
So, is APC the owner of Lagos State? Esther, is APC the owner of Lagos State? Tell me, which book wrote that one? Which law wrote that one? That APC is owned by Lagos State. What kind of thing is this, Esther? When did the APC come on board? 2013. Before 2013, Lagos was not in existence, Abi. Do you know that of all the places that was amalgamated, both North and Southern Nigeria, Lagos was even a separate colony. It was a different, in fact, it was a different city and state. Mbona Ejike was the administrator. Rubadu's father was an administrator of Lagos colony. Lagos was never amalgamated. Go and check your history, Esther. So why did you claiming to own Lagos, for God's sake? That you are telling me APC. So it has become a law that APC owns Lagos State. I mean, Esther, look at it yourself. Is APC a tribe? Esther, is APC a tribe? It is indigenous. It is a tribe. It is a people that owns a place. Not spirit, not a party. Why are you telling me that APC? When did they become the owner of Lagos State? Can you just tell me when it happened? And who came together and said, oh yeah, APC, take Lagos State. It belongs to you. Esther. You can imagine when people are destroying themselves, they don't know. If they have checked this thing from the beginning, these people would not have gone this far in infamy. Esther, look at what we are seeing in a Lagos State. I pity and sympathize with Sanwo-Olu because I can bet you he didn't know what is going on. They have sidelined him in Lagos State. Since he cannot even talk to the speaker of Lagos State, he can't even talk to him, and yet he's the governor. Look at what they're doing under his watch. And you are telling me that this thing will not end somewhere. I have been warning these people. Remember what happened in 1964, the Wild Wild West. Because people who don't know where they started beating them, they won't know where it will end. The people that are causing this, they should go back to their history. It has started like a small joke. It has started. Okay, what if Roosevelt would not go and organize his own talks? Esther, what do you think would have happened? Did you see how the Wild Wild West started? Have you seen it? Have you seen it, Esther? Is there any Igbo man involved in this thing now? As to say it is the... So everybody that does not belong to Lagos State want to take Lagos State. Esther, anybody that want to do anything in Lagos State want to take their land. What kind of thing is this, for God's sake? When did this thing start in Lagos State, Esther? Have you asked yourself that question? They have forgotten that after party, life remains. If they destroy this Lagos, where will they go to, Esther? Where will they go to? Nobody is asking that question. We are saying it now, nobody will listen. Definitely this thing will boomerang, whether you like it or not. How can you be calling that gentleman a non-indigenous or Mali? For what? He doesn't belong to Lagos. Do you belong to Lagos State? Esther, tell me any of these people that belong to Lagos State. Tell me, go and mention them. Let us tell where they came from. Because you can use 1,000 naira and cross from Ogun State to Lagos, you have become a Lagosian. You have become the owner of Lagos. Look at what is going on in Lagos. Agbero. Esther, you were telling me someday that last week here that even if you want to park from where you're living to another place, this bus will come for money.
Yeah, they'll collect money.
Can you just imagine? Esther, can you just imagine? And I told you so in another program, you cannot claim that you want to make life better for Lagosians, yet you allow these boys to making things harder for Lagosians. It's a contradiction. Look at how much people are paying for transportation to and from work. Who are causing it? Agberus. You buy a land to develop it, problem. Some people have abandoned their building because they cannot afford to pay money. You buy market. Unless you bring Owo Ile, you can't carry your market. In Lagos State, for God's sake. In Lagos State. In Lagos State. I thank God. These people that went to Enugu the other day, MBA conference. One Yoruba lawyer said that one thing he took away is that he didn't see Agbero in any Enugu street. He said it. Esther, you played it here. He said he didn't see one agbero in any good street or motor park. Is that not something somebody should learn from? Look at where they have turned Lagos into a gangster paradise. And you are telling me that this thing will continue? Hold on. You mean this thing will continue? They should not put this Lagos state on fire because of politics. So.
But Barrister, what Mr. Olashoye actually discloses that there are factions within the ADC.
It's a lie.
And
not in this Lagos.
That the faction sponsored what happened.
It's a lie. It's a pure Esther. Please listen very well. When there is such a faction, it will start within the party. Let us see whether anybody would have come to disrupt that meeting. But these were talks engineered and aided by the police. If it is internal matter, it would have been among them, Esther, true of us. There wouldn't have been any police involvement or talks coming in. What are you telling me? So, in all the other areas, this thing has happened. It is internal party affair, internal disagreement, How come it is only opposition that these things are happening to? It's not happening to APC men. Okay, look at it, Esther.
And he said that they follow rules, but that they allow opposition.
Good.
But you need to follow the rules.
Listen very well, where they paid for APC talks and their local government chairman, they had to go and do their own rally on the same spot too. Esther, did you hear that? Or didn't you hear?
Yes. They held the rally.
So there. How come it is now ADC factions? How do you just when somebody is lying to you, you will know now. You can see when I tell you that APC was founded on lies. So everything they do, lie must come inside it.
All right, Barrister.
They can never be truthful.
Let me correct something there. You said that Lagos was never amalgamated.
Yes, it was not.
It was. The Lagos colony was first amalgamated with the Southern Nigerian Protectorate.
Oh my God, Esther.
Barrister, hold on. Calm down.
Listen,
calm down, Barrister.
Well.
I'm coming.
Somebody sent you the wrong message.
No, wait, hold. No, it's not a message.
Go ahead.
There's a chronological breakdown. In 1862, Lagos was annexed and declared a British Crown colony. In 1906, the Lagos colony was merged with the Southern Nigerian Protectorate, creating a new administrative entity called the Colony and Protectorate of Southern Nigeria.
Good.
And then in 1914, the Colony and Protectorate of Southern Nigeria, which now included the former Lagos colony, was then amalgamated with the Northern Nigerian Protectorate to form the single Colony and Protectorate of Nigeria.
Good. Esther, thank you. Before this amalgamation you are talking about, what was the position of Lagos? Remember, it was a Benin territory. Are you aware? Benin is founded Lagos. Are you aware, Esther? Maybe you are talking of the whole Lagos. So there is a place called Lagos in the southwest here. In fact, as at that time you are talking, as recent as 1958, if you are running away from tax by the Western government of Awolowo, and you cross Jibowu, you cross Jibowu, they will leave you alone. I'm talking of 1958, Esther. To tell you what I'm talking about, 1958, just recently, if Awolowo's government, Western government are pursuing you for tax, and you manage to cross over Jibowu, and run into Yaba, they will leave you alone. You are not part of them. It's on record. Let somebody dispute it.
It was founded by their Awori people.
So how can you not tell me that Lagos was a part of it, Esther? Maybe people are mistaking certain things. Why do you think Ikeja? The meaning of Ikeja is Ikorodu Ekpe Joint Administration. Have you asked yourself that question, Esther? Go and read the history of this thing I'm telling you. It's a record. Some people are trying to rubbish history. And that is why they are making mistake. You cannot join them in their foolery. You can't. You can't rubbish history. You cannot. Let them be very aware. Let them be very wary of what they are doing. I am telling you, this thing will cause problem. Go and mark my word. If this history is not corrected and these thoughts are rending, there will be problem in Lagos. I'm not a prophet of doom. They are calling for this problem. They are calling for it, and they will see it if they are not careful. Why is it that every time we don't allow people to rest? We don't allow people to rest, for God's sake, Esther. This history I told you now, is it not a fact? The Oba of Benin, he came here and validated what I've been saying here. So what is this doubt? You're the owner of Lagos. Yet your crown head has allegiance in Benin Kingdom. Is that true or not? The first Oba Ashipa was a Benin prince. A Benin prince was the first Oba of Lagos. Why do you think you can, if you are wallowing in your ignorance, do you think all of us are ignorant? Every time people will make noise, Lagos, Lagos, Lagos. Meanwhile, they didn't contribute one single thing to this Lagos. They didn't. People came in here and built Lagos for them. It has now become their own. Why can't you go and claim Oyo State? Why can't you go and claim Ogun State? They forgot that this place was the federal capital territory. Trauma! When Nigeria had money, when money had value, the federal government of Nigeria, the Nigerian people invested it in this Lagos. And that's why Lagos is where it is today. How can somebody come and claim it next time? Tell me, does it make sense?
Well, Barrister, again, I need you to calm down.
Calm down, because you are not the one that suffered what that man suffered. No. Look, Esther, I am telling you, these people will cause problem. Oh, I am not joking. These people will cause problem with this nonsense they are doing. Every time they go and hire thugs and agboros, is that why they kept these boys? Young men who are supposed to be looking for a means of livelihood, they just kept them somewhere for their own selfish interest, Esther. Is that not a shame? You came to be civilized, yet there is nothing civil about you. What kind of rubbish is this? Every time, anybody that open mouth, you want to take Lagos from us.
Well, they said they're no longer going to be civilized, that they've been liberal enough, and that people have taken their liberality for granted.
Who is talking?
They are becoming conservatives. They are conserving their culture.
Let us know who is talking. Is that person from Lagos? That's the first thing you answer. Who is opening mouth and talking like this? Who is that person? Go and check. He's not from Lagos. Esther, he is not from Lagos. Quote me. Rosevival and his people should go and see. They should go and have a meeting and think of what is going on in their own land. They should have a meeting and ask themselves questions. How can people who are from nowhere come over here and be declaring Lagos to be their own? On what ground? Meanwhile, they didn't contribute anything. Rather, they are taking from Lagos. Esther, they are taking from Lagos without adding anything here. Go ask all of them that came from neighboring state. What did they come? What did they bring here? What did they bring here? Nothing. They are not contributing anything. Rather, they want to take from Lagos and from the people. And Lagosians kept quiet. That is even what is worrying me. You mean there are no indigenous Lagosians that will ask questions and say, where are we coming from? Where are we going? If not for Dangote, Esther, would you have known that somebody sold their land to Dangote for $100 million? Was it not Dangote that said it? It was that time that some people went to court. They want to, I said, look at. Esther, I said, look at. You want to go to court after your land has been sold for many years ago, and the money used to build mansions all over the place. You don't want to go to court. What came out of that? Nothing. Esther, nothing. You see why I told you that the people destroying Lagos are not from Lagos? Have you seen it? Because if they are from, they won't behave like this, Esther. They won't behave like this. My Bible says, if you teach your child where he should go, when he grow up, you not depart from it. The real Lagosian, the real indigenous Lagosian, they don't have time for this type of nonsense, Esther.
All right,
it's not in their character. It's not in their character.
Let's move on to another topic. The Speaker of the House of Reps, Tajuddin Abbas, has raised alarm over Nigeria's rising debt profile, warning that it has surpassed the statutory ceiling and now poses a serious threat to fiscal sustainability. And this actually runs in contrast to what the president told us last week concerning Nigeria and its borrowing, while he was asking for more borrowing, from the World Bank. I think I read it out here on Friday, about $1.46 trillion more borrowings. And meanwhile, he rebuffed Donald Trump by telling Donald Trump that we actually don't need you. I mean, Nigeria got more money from its non-oil exports, which it's considered to be quite
yes, that we are in a deep mess.
Okay, Barrister, just heard him. But this is the funny thing: the Speaker has made a U-turn by clarifying his position about Nigeria's debt profile. He's insisting that he never condemned government borrowing. So it's just like what happened with Daniel Bwala, where we heard him categorically say Lagos is no man's land, and then he now had to retract his statement because he had been supposedly spoken to, and he said he did not mean it in that context. He was meaning it in a different context by saying that everyone obviously knows that Lagos is Yoruba land. It's constitutionally known. But Abbas is coming to say, no, I didn't say that. I was just saying, I never said borrowing is bad. For example, he says that through his special advisor on new media, he maintained that he supports borrowing when it is responsibly managed and effectively overseen. That he never condemned borrowing. Public debt, if managed prudently, can be a tool for growth and prosperity. The legislature's role is to ensure that every naira borrowed delivers tangible value to Nigerians. My question is, why is there anyone who comes out to say something a little bit of the reality?
By the time they rattle him, he will change his mouth. That will tell you that everybody is living in fear. Nobody wants to say things as it is. The man that they sack now, did you hear what he said? He said, I am free now.
I'm free
that
to
means
fly.
the man has been in bondage. That's the simple truth. Nobody wants to say the truth again, Esther. The moment you say the truth, they will come after you. If a revival is not a Lagosian, is not an indigenous Lagos, can somebody trace for me where revival come from? Because biologically, religiously speaking, it is the father that owns the child. Is that not true? Your mother can come from the moon. Your mother can come from the outer space. The man that married you, where he came from, is where the child belongs. Esther, true or false?
True.
So what is this nonsense that it does not belong to Lagos? Where is the original ancestral home of Revival? Somebody should trace it for me.
First, I have entered Revival again.
Esther. This thing is very germane. Everybody should be very careful about this person because it will cause problem in Lagos. Every little thing, you are not from Lagos, you want to take Lagos from us. What kind of nonsense is that, Esther? Is that the real issue we are talking about, Esther? Is that the real issue? Tell me. Continuously, these people are finding this ambassador of trouble. And they are not even ready to fight. So when the war breaks out now, they won't fight.
There will be no war in Jesus' name.
This thing you are doing to this young man, is it not enough to cause problem? You see a son of the soil, all of a sudden, you are telling me he doesn't belong here. So where does he belong, Esther? Let them tell me for once, where is the ancestral home of Revival? Let them tell me. Then the matter will be closed. It's simple as that. Esther, as for the economy, don't deceive yourself. We are in a deeper mess. Esther, we are in a... All this thing they are covering is all lies. We are in a deeper mess. The only thing is that the money, wherever they are putting it, wherever it's going to, with time, somebody will come and tell us. Because you cannot tell me that the subsidy money, the one they took from electricity, the one from floating of the naira, and other taxes they are collecting all over the place.
For Barrister, should be this Agberoism, you don't spread it. It's not just in Lagos. They for Anambra. They for Abia.
Good.
They for
Hold on, Esther.
Serious Agberoism. They for Abuja.
Esther, you see, that is it. They say when you allow evil to fester for too long, it will become a culture.
In fact, in Abuja last week, they burnt. I think they caused accidents.
Accident for one man or one woman.
Yes, they killed the three
because
of them.
They want to collect money from. You can see where did it now start? Esther, you see what I'm telling you now. Where did this start spreading? Is it not from here? Even this severance package for ex-governors, where did it start? Is it not in Lagos?
Barrister, serious properties what millions of naira for them
where did it start? You can see what I'm talking about. They want to make it a culture in Nigeria, Esther. Something that is why I'm telling people, be very wary of what you support, because my Bible says whatever you sow you will reap. Look at what you are telling me now. Do they know anything about Agberu? Is it our culture? You only
it's not just Igbo. It's not just Igbo.
I am just telling you where you are mentioning my side.
I'm mentioning your side.
You mentioned it, yes. Now, listen very well. The thing I know about union, you pay your dues at the motor park before you take off. Esther, you pay at the motor park. That has been the culture. That has been the tradition of transport union. This other one that every bus stop, you see one haggard-looking young man waiting there for people to drop, and then you go and tell the driver to grab his steering. Is that part of the business?
But Barrister, can you recall?
Where is that money going to?
Barrister, can you recall that sometime in 2011, President Tinubu referred to Jonathan as a drunkard, a sinking fisherman?
Of course.
And also called Obasanjo expired meat.
Exactly.
So why is the DSS going after Showore?
I said Tinubu during their primary at the same Balogu Stadium. He opened the mouth and said, Jonathan, Koni Okolo. That was how it. Tinubu said it that Jonathan kò ní ọpọlọ, he doesn't have sense. Tinubu said it. I mentioned where it happened. He said it.
Where you there?
All the things they said about, even when they carried the coffin and wrote Jonathan's name there, nobody saw that, Abi. It didn't happen in this country. Was anybody arrested? Esther, was anybody arrested? Answer me. Every little thing they are defending to. Look at DSS. Tomorrow now, when they tell you that your political parties are terrorist organizations, say, how did that happen? Is that not when you put fear? The first thing that the terrorists are known for is what? Fear. They instill fear on the people. That is their weapon of trade. Fear. If a political party can continue to instill fear on people like this, then is that a political party? Tell me, is that a political party? You want Lagos to develop through this means, Abi? Are you serious? Let us continue to deceive ourselves. Every little thing, Esther, it has become a problem. Meanwhile, the economy is bleeding, Esther. I told you here that Tinubu doesn't know anything about managing resources.
But the president said the economy is blossoming with the economic reforms and policies.
For somebody who has never told you any truth.
And the spokesperson, the Lagos State APC spokesperson just told us that this will take time. But that, the International Monetary Fund, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Chukwuma Soludo, has given good references to the president's policies to revitalize the economy.
Yes. Okay. What these people are saying, is it what is on ground, Esther?
No, it is not reflected.
So
I
what
asked him that
saying?
question. There's a major disparity with what is on paper and what is being felt.
To deceive gullible Nigerians. Anytime, what Okonjo-Iweala said, what do you want her to say?
Well, Barry said so the APC is very certain that they will come back in 2027.
You said what?
The APC is very certain that they will win in 2027 because the president is really doing well.
Let them come back. Esther, Nigerians, over to you. If you want Tinubu to come back, let him come back. I will not even be bothered. If after you have seen all these things and you still go and say, let him come back, let us rest.
Well, Barrister Atiku's aide has asked Mahmoud Yakubu to disclose the true result of 2023, other than the one that they displayed out there at the time. But some Nigerians say, what is the essence of that? What do they intend to do with? What will Nigerians do with it now? I mean, 3 years after that election result was announced, and in what way is Mahmoud Yakubu keeping a different election result from the one that was declared at 4 a.m. early in the morning?
Really? Did I not tell you here that evil doesn't last forever? All the conspirators now, they are singing canary. Esther, all the conspirators now, you can see.
He said Yakubu should make public the details.
Really?
The detailed results from the polling units, even if they had been tampered with, in order to put to rest lingering controversies over the conduct of the election.
Yes, it is said that he who laugh last best. I have told Obi, go and buy champagne and be popping. And be popping because you won that election. You have been vindicated without even any violence, without buying any. People voted for you and they hijack it. Now, what they took away from you by force, it is now making them to purge. After they are purging now, all of them are going to toilet one by one. When this truth are being revealed, is it not purging? It's purging them. You know, when the stomach could take the wrong food, it will purge. It will purge. There is a proverb in my place. Do you know what he said? They said, Esther. He said, I agree that this thing belongs to me, then take it. It will make me happier. I agree that this is your word is my own, no. But don't take my thing and be boasting. No. You have a problem with it. Agree that this thing is my own, then take it. But don't claim that it belongs to you. It cannot belong to you. You cannot give what you don't have. That's the truth. So all this thing they did to Obi now, is it not showing? Esther, is it not showing now? Even when the evidence was there during that election, during that result, can you see now? Esther, can you see that evil have taken over Nigeria? If not, a hand of God cannot be in this type of thing and things are like this. It's not possible. So, when Satan said that whatever he gives you, he'll come for it too. Is that not what is going on here? You use all manner of things to gain power and get victory. Are you enjoying it now, Esther? Is it not when God gives you that you relax, you be focused, you do due diligence, you will perform, you will achieve result.
Finally,
but when something is from the other side, my dear, it is a question of time before the whole thing will go berserk.
Well, Barrister, somebody sent me something on Facebook, on WhatsApp here. Says, good evening, Esther. I'm Francis from Imo State, based here in Ejigbo, Lagos State. Imo State government has come again. They want to use empowerment to snatch people's PVC. So there's an empowerment scheme from Imo State. You have to put your name, and that is your bank, your account number, okay, your NIN number, your voter's card number, your telephone number, BVN, and occupation. They did it the
other time.
Then you have to put your local government, your ward, your polling unit, community, and then you sign. Are you supposed to put your voter's card number?
It's their gimmick. They did it the other time. Remember, it was Ugochi who alerted Nigeria to what Hope Uzodinma was doing in Imo State. They even put the name of dead people. You see Jackson. You will see all manner of names from abroad. Meanwhile, you can't trace these people in any home in Imo State.
No, but why ask for people's PVC number?
You are asking me. You don't
what do you want to do with it?
Are you serious? So that it will not be validated that you are the one that is doing this thing. That is, somebody will now use that thing to go and do whatever.
Once your BVN is there, why do you need to put your PVC number there?
You say what?
Once your BVN, that is your bank verification number, is on the form, which obviously
they say they want to use it to empower people.
That's what I'm saying. Why put your PVC, your personal voter's card number there?
Look, you didn't hear what somebody said in the morning. Was it not in the morning? Yes. On how they have now used AI and all these new high-tech inventions to manipulate the election. You didn't hear from, I think it was our own Rufai
this morning.
Yes, who was saying it. I
that expose.
I can't go directly to what he said, but he said something like that on what they are doing now from ECA or something, that they are duplicating it. So whatever you see there, you think that the same from somewhere there.
No, they called it inside INEC secret plot.
Can you imagine?
To manipulate 2027 elections
to
for
tell
the
you that, yeah, this is have already started.
And that Abdulrazak Yusuf is tipped to replace Yakubu.
So you can see, they are already working hard on these things. Yes, sir, you can see. I pity those who are supporting APC. I really pity them. They are part of the problem, I'm telling you, Esther. Look at what a man is doing to get, because of selfish, you want to destroy Nigeria because of selfish interest. Esther, this thing will cause problem. Oh. How many times have I? This thing will cause problem because go and check. In the history of this country, it has always been an election that causes problem. Go and check.
They said that, according to Sahara reporters, that it will be tested during the Anambra elections.
Of course.
And also in Osun and
yes,
states.
Exactly.
That they can exclusively reveal to Nigerians and the international community the alleged rigging strategy being perfected within INEC. That according to a credible insider information, the scheme is being coordinated by INEC's ICT and Operations Department under the outgoing chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, and it is designed to be handed over to his successor to execute in favor of the ruling All Progressives Congress and President Bola Tinubu in the upcoming 2027 elections. An insider at INEC headquarters disclosed that the commission has been refining its rigging tactics since the public outcry that trailed the irregularities of the 2023 general elections. The new template, the source explained, is engineered to undermine the IRA portal by uploading pre-written results from targeted polling units. That the test has been running since 2023. So the strategy has already been test run. The off-season governorship election in Kogi State reportedly saw pre-prepared results appear on the IREV as early as 8 a.m. on election day. And that similar tactics were deployed in Ondo and Edo governorship polls, producing outcomes the source described as heavily manipulated, as well as was in several recent by-elections that was tilted in the APC's favor.
Esther, have you seen it now? So even if they correct the electoral reform, Esther, are we safe? You can see, when I was shouting here that leadership is not for everybody, Esther, leadership is not for everybody. That was why God was choosing his leaders in the Bible. He chooses his leader. I'm telling you. But in Nigeria, anybody that come and open mouth, they follow him. Esther, they follow him. Look at all the things that Tinubu used to mesmerize everybody. He was fighting under Nadeko. He was fighting Ikiniko. He was this. He was that. Now look at the results. Esther, look at the results. We now jump from Buhari's frying pan into Tinubu's fire. this thing that it will bring that Nigeria down if they are not careful. Esther, quote me, because nobody will tolerate this rascality in the name of election. This is pure rascality. Right. Can't we do election and then let the winner emerge? Let the people's will prevail, for God's sake, Esther. Can't we do something like that? So when you win through this means, Esther, can you beat your chest and say you have won? Tell me. Tell me. They did everything to enter in 2023. Okay, perform now. Do the work you swore to do. You couldn't perform, and you still want to repeat the same thing again, and you want Nigerians to clap for you and welcome it. Are you serious? I want to see how it will happen. I want to see, because let me tell you, when somebody think that he's so powerful in my community or in my village or anywhere else, the villagers will gather together and say, this man, you are giving us too much headache. We want to see that your power. You saw Gulliver travel. What did Lilliputian do to that man who claimed to be giant? Right. So when they bring him down and tie him up, and they were matching him, walking on top of his chest. That is what it has always been. From Adolf Hitler to Benito Mussolini to all these evil men who passed through this earth. You saw how they ended up, Esther. Is that not true? Yeah. My worry here is that before they go, they will take lives with them. Hitler and the Second World War consumed 64 million lives, Esther, worldwide.
All right. Barrister Darlington, it's a pleasure to have you here. Would have loved to continue the conversation. Unfortunately, we're not going to take calls. I won't be able to read out any other message. We have programs coming up already, and we have adverts to actually play. So we sincerely do apologize. I'm sure you know that we took extra time because we just came on air. But trust me, tomorrow, Barrister Darlington will be here with us on Tuesday evening, where we'll get to divers more issues. And then obviously we'll get to your contribution to the conversation. That is, we'll get to read it out. So once again, we sincerely do apologize. We just had to take 1 hour. We just barely came up on air, I think, a few minutes ago. So please, we sincerely do apologize. And that's why we extended till now. But we can't take calls and we can't read out messages. So kindly bear with us. My name is Esther Mwachiko. Barrister Darlington, thank you so much for passionately, as usual, giving us clarifications to issues.
Yes, it's very annoying, serious, very, very painful. Very painful that you imagine you in your father's land, where you are born, somebody who came from nowhere will be telling you that you are not from there, you are Omale, you are a bastard. How will you feel? No, tell me, how will you feel, Esther? When we say this, it look like a joke. You can't try that with me, oh. You can't, if I don't pull gun, I will pull a cutlass, so we'll end up somewhere. What kind of rubbish is that one now? And nobody have a monopoly of for God's sake.
Who is saying you can't try that with me? Are you referring to others or you're referring to yourself?
I don't know whether you are joining them. I don't know.
Join them where?
I don't know, Esther. I don't know.
We're
because every time we raise this issue, you be telling me to calm down. How can you calm down? In defense of this
people, we're not barbarians.
Yes, it's true. But barbarians are taking over your life. They are dictating for you what will happen and what will not happen.
We're not
really?
We're not primitives.
Esther, listen very well. Listen very well. It is a shame for anybody to allow himself to be destroyed by a witch. My Bible says, do not suffer a witch to live.
Who is a witch?
If a witch, hold on, if a witch chop you until you die, then tomorrow that witch repent. He may have got to heaven, no? And you are a loser. So don't allow anybody you are better off to come and tell you sorry. Rather tell that person sorry. Did you hear me? That is my principle. Go on. I read one book, Sidney Shedd on the other side of the middle. The man out of there, what's his name? Constantine Demeris. He said what? He didn't believe in the Bible principle of an eye for an eye. In his own case, he takes an entire head for an eye. That is the only way people can leave him to do his business. Get it right. All this, we don't want problem. Meanwhile, you are creating problem. How can Lagos say they want peace in Lagos? Meanwhile, they are arming Agberos to be disturbing everybody. They have kept these Agberos somewhere as their foot soldiers. Every little thing, they mobilize them against anybody. And you are telling me that with all of us should be keeping quiet for them, Abi? Elta, you don't know what people are going through because of these people. You don't know. Come on to build their house, they will be there. Omonile, Owoda. Their father does not own any land. They didn't build anyone. They are just going about looking for people. You know, this thing that they are even doing beside us here. You saw how many times they have come here to ask for money, Esther, for something that they don't belong to them. What kind of rubbish is this? And you say we should don't want barbarians. Are you serious?
I'm just saying that we are not barbarians.
Really?
We're not primitive.
No, Esther, please. If that is a joke, I don't want to indulge that joke.
What do you mean? What is a joke? I'm just. We're not barbarians. And
People should rise up and challenge these boys. Challenge them for once. If all of us they will pack all of us inside police cell or prison, let us go there. Let us challenge this, but their rubbish is too much, for God's sake. It's too much because everybody is keeping quiet. Every little thing they come and tell you, you don't want to tell them. Who are you to tell me that Lagos belongs to you? Who are you? APC. That APC own Lagos. Is it no longer Yoruba own Lagos? Is that APC, Esther?
Nobody said APC owns Lagos.
Is that not what they did the revival? If you are not APC, you can't do anything here. Is that not the meaning? No, tell me now. And you say you are running a democracy. Are you serious? When did Lagos become somebody's property?
Well,
property.
Lagos belongs to the
property.
Lagos is a
somebody. Yes, I told you here. Yes, there are indigenous Yorubas. They should rise up and challenge this nonsense. That's what we are saying here. They should rise up and challenge the people that are painting them black, giving them a bad name. It's a few of them. If they don't, it means that all of them are involved. This is their son, for God's sake, Esther. This is their son. Now, wow.
Badibor Revival has his legal representative. You are not officially one of the legal representatives, but well done and thank you for giving us insight and speaking passionately about this. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you tomorrow. Okay? Bye for now.